And good afternoon. We do welcome you to Rock Creek High School, Mustang Field here. The Claysville Lady Tigers get set to open up regional competition. Semifinal first-round game will be against the Concordia Panthers. Starting lineups being announced as we speak. Let's give you a look at the starters. First for the visiting Panthers, who are the visiting team on the scoreboard, as the Lady Tigers come in as the number 1 seed here to the regional championships. Rock Creek and Chapman, the other side of the bracket, they'll play in game number 2 on this same field. The 2 winners then will play for a trip to the state tournament Concordia next week. For Concordia, it starts like this. The catcher, Natalie Vines, leads it off, followed by the shortstop, Hadley Tipo. Lakin Schrader is the pitcher, bats third. In the cleanup spot is Elena Hansen, the third baseman, followed by the left fielder, Kelsey Kern. Second baseman, Cora Snavely. Kaylee Miller is the center fielder. Allison Poore will play first and bat eighth. And Olivia Nelson, the designated player. That means she bats in the lineup in place of the right fielder, Bryn Brummick. So it will be Vines, Tipo, Schrader, Hansen, Kern, Snavely, Miller, Poore, and Nelson. And for the Lady Tigers, the starting lineup looks like this. Center fielder Autumn Adams leads it off. She'll start the game for the Lady Tigers at the plate when they come up in the bottom of the first, followed by the second baseman, Allie Wright-Frederick. Megan Blake is the pitcher. She bats third. The cleanup spot is Hannah Swihart, the first baseman, and the catcher, Caitlin Bonenblust. The designated player is Sam Carson, so she'll bat in place of Michaela Musselman, who plays in left field. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters are Courtney Hamlet short, the third baseman Haley Franson, and the right fielder Sam Plickinger. And the Lady Tigers going through their final warm-ups as we speak. Megan Blake waiting for a game ball to get the warm-ups in before we get this first pitch started. Lady Tigers and Concordia Lady Panthers, first round regional semifinal from Rock Creek. We'll have the first pitch on the way in just a couple. Concordia leads it off, top half of the first inning, as Megan Blake gets set to go to work. Lady Tigers inside the circle, and it's Natalie Vines who leads it off for the Panthers here. The catcher behind the plate. First pitch from Blake is down in the dirt. Set the defense for you after this next pitch coming from Blake. Caitlin Bonenblust, I can tell you, behind the dish, as Megan Blake now steps up in the circle and ready to bring the 1-0 pitch in. This one's up tall, and it's 2-0. Haley Franson at third. Courtney Hamill is the shortstop. Second base, Allie Wright-Frederick. Hannah Swihart patrols first. We'll give you the Lady Tiger outfield alignment in just a moment. Here's the 2-0 pitch coming from Megan Blake. This one down low and in the dirt. 3-0 start. The outfield from left to right is Michaela Musselman in left. Autumn Adams, the center fielder, and Sam Plickinger over at right field. And that sets your Lady Tiger defense here. 3-0 start for Blake in the circle. Here's the 3-0. It's down low, and the first runner aboard. So Blake surrenders a walk to the opening batter, and Hadley Tipo will step in. Not much different on the defensive alignment after the walk. You still see the corners in tight. They were to begin. Franson at third and Swihart over at first. And Tifo now stands in from the right side against Blake with a runner on. And the bunt put down the third base line is going to roll foul. Franson lets it go foul. And it's a strike 0-1. So Tifo and Coach Larry Metro putting a play in motion early to try to advance the runner to second, who reached on the free pass. That's Vines done first. Tifo, the batter, on deck is Lakin Schrader. The 0-1 pitch now from Blake. This one right at the knees. Called down low, though. It's 1-1. Bonenblust throws behind the runner at first, who dives back in safely ahead of the tag from Hannah Swihart. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 runner on. We're in the top half of the first. Lady Tigers against Concordia for a chance to play a regional championship later. The game scheduled at 5. There's a bunt out in front of the plate and a good one. Bonenblust fires to first. They'll get the runner, but it will be an advancement to second for Vines. A good sacrifice butt put down by Hadley Tifo. So Bonenblust out quickly and able to throw to first to get the first out of the inning. A runner now at second with 1 down, and the number 3 hitter, Lakin Schrader, at the plate. Schrader also the pitcher for Concordia to start this ball game. Newer field here at Rock Creek High School, Mustang Field. The one field they'll play all 3 games on. There's a strike in from Blake, and it's 0-1. So she's gotten ahead of the second 2 batters after walking on 4 straight pitches. The leadoff hitter, Natalie Vines. Vines at second. There's 1 away. Pitch in from Blake, right down the pipe again, and it's an 0-2 count. Wind blowing pretty brisk and almost in at the batters, more of a right to left wind than directly in from center field, more right to left. Overcast day. There's a ground ball right side. Wright Frederick up with it. Flips it over to Swihart, and there's two away. The runner does get to third. Elena Hansen will be at the plate. The Trader put it in play. Wright Frederick pulled toward first base on the grounder, scooped it, and shoveled it over to Swihart for the easy out, while Vines advanced to third. 2 down. The rock and the pitch from Blake. Ball outside, 1-0. Hansen up, the third baseman for Concordia. She would keep the inning going. Kelsey Kern is on deck. There's two away. The 1-0 pitch coming from Megan Blake. This one inside corner. Called for a strike, 1-1. Right behind home plate, and thought there was a strike coming. Can't quite hear it with the wind blowing and the headset on, but the right fist came up, and it's 1-1. The pitch from Blake. Ground ball, nugged off to the right side and foul. The count goes to 1-2. So Hansen just gets a piece of it. And the Lady Tigers a strike away from working out of a little bit of a jam with the leadoff walk that was surrendered. Blake on the season, 9 starts on the year. She's won 7 games. There's a foul tip down in the dirt. And off of the, actually not the gloved hand, but the throwing hand of Bonenblust. She gives it a quick shake and then is ready to go with the throw back out to Blake. The count stays at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, a runner at third for Concordia. We're in the top of the first. Pitch from Blake. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Lady Tigers get out of the leadoff walk with no runs surrendered. No hits, 1 left on, no errors. We're headed to the bottom of 1, no score.
Wouldn't it be nice to have plenty of speed for every device? Think about all the devices and internet activities in your house on a typical day. Smartphones, tablets, gaming system, and TV streaming adds a lot more usage than you had a year or 2 ago. You are used to slow performance and don't even realize it. Stop waiting to load. Get Pulse Internet today and make the whole house happy. Call 800-515-3311 for no contract, no phone requirement, and no commitment for 60 days. See what the difference can make. Twin Valley Pulse. Imagine the possibilities.
Teamwork. Teamwork joins forces to accomplish a bigger goal than one could by themselves. Teamwork requires a trust that you can depend on in good times and bad times. These qualities can all be found at Union State Bank. You won't find a team that is more willing to work hard for you. So join the winning team at Union State Bank. You can find us on the Courthouse Square or on the web at usbcc.com. And don't forget to find our app on your phone. And now you can like us on Facebook. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Until you come to a time in your life where you need help in moving around safely, you may not know where to find a walker or a cane. Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy has full line of durable medical equipment to help with stability and balance, so you can independently move from place to place. If you need handrails, a bath stool, lift chairs, or a wheelchair, find them in the same place you have your prescription filled, at Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy in downtown Clay Center.
So a leadoff walk given to Concordia's opening batter, and Natalie Vines with the stranded at third after a sacrifice bunt and a ground out. Moved her a couple of bases around, but strikeout from Megan Blake would end the inning, and the Lady Tigers will come to the plate for the first time here in the ball game. Autumn Adams will lead it off, the center fielder, followed by Allie Wright Frederick and Megan Blake if someone reaches, Anna Swihart. The Lady Tiger lineup again: Adams, Wright Frederick, Blake, Swihart, Bonenblust, Carson, Hamill, Franson, and Flickinger. And Autumn Adams will stand in here for the Lady Tigers. She carries a .462 batting average into this ball game, and a changeup just off the plate inside. Of course, Concordia Clay Center scheduled to play last Monday, scheduled to be on the air, and then the rains came in through the weekend and today, and they just weren't able to find a date to make it up, so they didn't get to play their regular season doubleheader, even though it was a league contest. Schrader misses on the first 2 pitches to Adams. It's 2-0. So although they certainly know each other, they haven't had a chance to meet up as they normally would. There's a shot from Adams to left field and over the third base dugout, well out of play. Out in front of it, it's 2-1. Adams with 5 home runs this year. 13 doubles. Here's the pitch in. Shot toward left. There's a base hit through, and Autumn Adams is on with a leadoff single from Lady Tigers. Sharply hit between third and short, and Autumn Adams leads it off here. And that'll bring up Allie Wright Frederick to the plate with Adams good speed over at first base. Allie stands in. Schrader looks here. Natalie Vines, the catcher for Concordia, squaring to bunt. Frederick puts it down the left or the third base line, and it does crawl foul. Adams racing toward third, and it stayed fair. She was off and moving. Wright Frederick handles the bat well up there, and the bunt just went foul on the third base line. 0-1 the count. Wright Frederick will stand back in with Adams down at first, nobody down. We're in the bottom of one, no score. Schrader, the pitch, again to bunt it, out in front of the plate. Wright Frederick will be a tough play, and they will not get her at first. Elena Hansen came in after, tried to barehand with Wright Frederick screaming down the first base line, and the ball was bobbled, and then Wright Frederick finds herself at first. Runners at first and second, and nobody down. So a sacrifice bunt that turns into a base runner for Wright Frederick. A bang-bang play at first. But officially, we can give her a single. May have been ruled an error on the third baseman, but runners at first and second for Megan Blake. Pitch from Schrader. Ball inside, 1-0. Leadoff walk for Concordia was stranded at third in the first. Now Play Center has something working with runners at first and second and nobody down. 1-0 pitch. Blake slams it off the facing of the third base dugout and down the third base line, then well foul. So well out in front of it, as was Adams earlier. Then she timed it and got it between short and third for a single. Megan Blake stands back in. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike counts. Schrader set to work. This one stays inside off speed. It's 2-1. Adams at second, Wright Frederick at first base. No score as of yet. We're in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch home. And staying off of it is Megan Blake. Off speed again, and it just kind of floated up there, and you could see her kind of trigger and then lay off, and she's got the count in her favor. Blake now 3-1. 3 balls and a strike to pitch home. This one's going to be down at the ankles, and the bases are juiced with nobody out for Hannah Swihart. So the Lady Tigers may be hoping to use some of the momentum gained yesterday by the Tiger baseball team, who's headed to, of course, the state championships a week from today at Salina for a Division I. If the Lady Tigers could advance with 2 wins today, they would make their way to the state championships in Emporia. And that'll be, of course, a week from today as well. They play those on Thursday, Friday. Used to be Friday, Saturday setups. They changed that quite some time ago. So into the game for Clay Center is Gabby Nelms, who will courtesy run at first for the pitcher, Megan Blake. That allows Blake to go in and get ready for the next frame defensively. Dave Nelms at first, Wright Frederick at second. The pitch to Swihart with Adams down at third. And it's inside for a ball, 1-0. So Clay Center up to a bases-loaded start, nobody down. Natalie Vines turning to talk with the home plate umpire. Blake and Schrader, you could see frustrated with a couple for the calls on strike pitches, and maybe that's what Vines is asking, so she can explain to her pitcher. 1 ball, no strikes. Bases full, nobody down. Pitch to Swihart up tall. It's 2-0. So now Swihart has the count in her favor with the bases juiced and no outs on the board. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 hits, 1 walk. Now ball 3 inside, and there's nowhere to put Swihart for Schrader, the Concordia pitcher. She is really struggling to find the strike zone after giving up the sharp single from Adams, the infield bunt single from Wright Frederick. Here's the 3-0. And it's down in the dirt, ball 4. The Lady Tigers have their first run across. And the bases stay full, the second straight walk from Schrader, and that'll put Caitlin Bonenblust to the plate. Bonenblust, Play Center catcher, 385 on the year she is hitting. Now we've got a meeting inside the circle in the Concordia infield. Coach not out there, but the infield in there talking to their pitcher, Lakin Schrader. Schrader, a sophomore, just a couple of seniors on this team, Haley Miller and Carly Brown for Concordia, so a young squad to say the least. There's a strike in from Schrader. It's 0-1. One run across, base is still full, nobody out. We're in the bottom of one. Play center the 1-0 lead in this first frame. And the wind really bellowing from right to left field. There's a pitch just off the inside, and it's 1-1. Wright Frederick at third. The runner at second base is Gabby Nelm. She's running for Megan Blake, and then Hannah Swihart over at first. Here's the 1-1, the Bottomless. Ground ball third base side. Right by the on-deck hitter, Sam Carson, in the circle over there. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bottomless. Carson on deck, then Hamill, France, and Flickinger, the rest of the Clay Center lineup in this first inning. 1 ball, 2 strike count, bases full, nobody down. And a soft line drive to left field. If it stays fair, it's big trouble, but it will just scoop to the foul territory as that wind pushing it further and further toward the left field fence. It eventually did fall about 3 foot left of the foul line in left field. Probably hear some of the wind blowing against the mic here at Rock Creek. Overcast, not quite as pitch comes into Bonobos, fouls it off again, third base side. Not quite the Chamber of Commerce day at Wamego yesterday, but the field in great shape, and they were able to find a day where weather cooperated to get these games in. It's been a struggle across the state for baseball, softball, and golf for that matter. There's a ground ball again, third base side, and Bottomless doing a good job to battle it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A 1-2 count, bases full. No outs here in the bottom of the first. Clay Center with 1 run across. They've had 2 hits, 2 walks. That second walk to Swihart pushed in the runner from third, Autumn Adams. There's a pitch called for a strike inside at the knees, and Bottomless looks at strike number 3 called by the umpire. There's 1 down. First out of the inning, Sam Carson now up. Sam digs in right side. Base is still full, just 1 out. Pitch up high, 1-0. Outfield for Concordia. Center fielder shaded toward left. That's Kaylee Miller. Line protected a bit and left as well. Clay Center's been out in front of almost everything they've swung at. Sam Carson up there with a bases loaded situation. First 2 pitches have been high and then low. It's 2-0. And the pitch from Schrader. This one inside. And the count goes to 3 balls, no strikes. So Sam Carson with a 3-0 count, the base is full and nobody down. She can be very selective on what she wants to go after. Pitch from Schrader, taken all the way was Carson, and it's 3-1. 1 away here in the bottom of 1. Clay Center with a 3-1 advantage. Emporia treated Clay Center pretty well in the last sports season. And there's another strike call. The count goes full 3-2. As the Lady Tigers won the first state basketball girls championship. That's where softball will go for the winner of the 2 games today. 3-2 pitch. This one's up high, ball 4, another run in. So Wright Frederick scores from third. Gabby Nelms goes over to third base. Swihart to second, and the third walk of the inning by Lakin Schrader put Sam Carson at first and the second runner across. Courtney Hamill now the batter. Shortstop for Clay Center takes an off-speed strike across for the first pitch. It's 0-1. Almost everything off-speed coming from Schrader. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a shot toward left, but foul. Good line drive swing by Courtney Hamill over the third baseman's head, but into the foul dirt, the warning track around the third base line and fence area. Joe Ball's 2 strikes, a 2-0 Clay Center start here with 1 down and the bases full. The 0-2 to Hamill. Line shot left field. That's through for a base hit. 1 run will score. The Lady Tigers go station to station on a sharply hit ball to left field. Kelsey Kern got it back in quickly, but Nelms around to score from third base, and the bases stay full. That's the third hit of the inning for Clay Center to go along with 3 walks. There's 1 down, and the base is still loaded. A 3-0 start here for Clay Center. Haley Franson now the batter. First pitch, in for a strike. It's 0-1. Allison Poore at first base for Concordia. Lena Hansen, the third baseman. Hadley Tifo and Cora Snavely up the middle. Pitch to Franson, and she's hit by the pitch, and that's another Lady Tiger run. Tried to dodge out of the way and just couldn't get away from the pitch that was riding inside, and Franson on at first base. And she's hit by a pitch. That's 3 free passes, 3 hits. And now the 9th Lady Tiger to come to the plate with Clay Center on top 4-0 is Sam Flickinger. Autumn Adams awaits on deck. Curveball, Flickinger, and it gets away from the catcher, coming home to score. Sam Carson slides in from third base. Good anticipation as the ball got away from Vines, and then Carson broke quickly and slid in safely before the ball got near home plate. Now the Lady Tigers have a 5-0 lead. Hamill advanced to third on the play, and Haley Franson to second, so now the force out is taken away. The strike called on that pitch against Flickinger. It's 0-1, but she's got an opportunity with 2 in scoring position and just 1 down. Schrader set to go. Rocks and brings it in. Flickinger puts the bunt down out in front of the plate. This is for a hit. They'll throw to first to get her, and from third base comes Courtney Hamill. So Flickinger gets the RBI, and it's a 6-0 start for Clay Center. It'll bring Autumn Adams to the plate. To third base went Franson. So Hamill scores. A sac bunt from Flickinger. They were able to get her at first for the second out, but it scored another run. And Adams back up there. Swing and a miss at the first pitch. Ball just gets a little bit away from Vines, and Franson not going to risk it down at third base. So Clay Center has batted around here in the opening frame. They lead 6-0. An 0-1 count on Adams, who singled and scored her first time in this inning. Pitch up high, 1-1. 2 down, runner at third, Franson. 6 runs across. 3 hits in the inning, 3 walks, and 1 hit batter. And it adds up thus far to a 6-0 start. Here's Schrader, the pitch home. Ground ball, third base side. Hansen up with it, long throw, and Adams with great speed beats it out. Franson across the score at 7-0. And Clay Center extends the inning on the speed of Autumn Adams. Didn't hit it well like the first time in the inning for a single, but gets it to the third baseman. Hansen couldn't quite get the trigger loose, and Adams with good speed beats it out. That'll put Allie Wright-Frederick to the plate. Pitch from Schrader. Adams going. Throw to second. Nobody's there. She slides in safely. He gets by the second baseman, but Miller was there to back it up from center field. So Adams now in scoring position. Wright-Frederick swinging, protecting the batter. Down in the count 0-1. Clay Center with a 7-0 lead. Adams, the infield single, the stolen base. Now the pitch from Schrader. And Vines blocking a pitch down low. It's 1-1 to Wright-Frederick. Allie put down a sacrifice bunt after Adams had led off the game with a single to left, and they were unable to throw her out at first base. That was the start of a big inning that's still going right now for Clay Center. Fly ball left field. Back to get in the gap in left center is Kelsey Kern, and that will end the inning. But a good start for Clay Center. They score 7 in the opening frame. We've completed 1. Lady Tigers 7, Concordia 0.
I was taking inventory at central office when in burst Dennis the Menace. Can I help you, young man?
I hope so. You know, I put a lot of stress on the people in my life, so I'm hoping to buy some gifts to help them relax a little.
Well, I can help you with that. We've got a great selection of adult coloring books as well as postcards you can color and mail. We've got a wide assortment of pencils and Flair pens, plus the hard-to-find watercolor pencils that are all the rage.
Central Office Service and Supply Guy, this is just great. Now, do you by chance have any bottle rockets?
Looking to start a business? Maybe you're expanding your ag operation. How about buying, building, expanding, or remodeling your home? All visions can become a reality with the help of the Citizens National Bank. Stop by and visit with myself, Bryant Johnson, as I will entertain your financing request and cater to your financing needs. We look forward to hearing about your vision and hope to give us a shot here at CMB to assist you with your banking needs.
The Citizens National Bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
7-0 start. Clay Center jumps out big. 3 hits in the inning, actually 4 hits in the frame. 3 walks, 1 hit batter, and 7 runs across. And now Concordia comes back to the plate. Kelsey Kern to lead it off. Kern, the left fielder for Concordia, followed by Cora Stavely, Kaylee Miller if someone reaches Allison Poore. Megan Blake set to work. And a strike across. Long time in the dugout with Clay Center batting around. They sent 11 to the plate in that first frame, but Blake comes out with a sharp strike to start things off. 0-1. Blake rocks and brings the 0-1 in. It's up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Winner of this game will play at 5 o'clock. That'll be against the winner of Rock Creek and Chapman, the second game of the day here in Rock Creek. 1-1 pitch, fouled away right side up against the netting here at Mustang Field, and it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Hanson, the third baseman, again, as mentioned, a very young team. She's a junior, only 2 seniors. Several sophomores and freshmen for the Panthers that big part of this team. Here's the pitch from Blake, down low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lead off hitter in the top of the second. Clay Center leads at 7-0. Blake, the 2-2 to Kern. Said that was Hanson. There's a swing and a miss. Kern, the batter. And she goes down swinging, and there's 1 away. Kern, a junior as well. 1 down, and that'll bring up Cora Stavely, the second strikeout for Blake. Stavely, the Panther second baseman. Blake comes home. Pitch up high, 1-0. Tomorrow, regional track and field coverage comes your way from 4 different locations, actually. We'll have Riley County in Class 3A. Reports coming for you from there. Here's the pitch from Blake. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Also from Frankfort, it is the 1A regional championships. Phil Casper will be on hand there. They start at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Class 2A at Valley Heights. We'll keep you updated on that one. Pitch down low from Blake. It's 2 balls and a strike. And I'll be at Eudora, where the Tigers and Lady Tigers open up regional track and field action tomorrow at 1 o'clock as well. It's a 1 o'clock start time. Then next week, we'll see what all pans out, but we know a couple of things coming up. Here's a pitch from Blake, swing and a miss, strikeout number 3, out number 2 in the inning. Correction, that is not a strikeout. That is the second strike, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. See if Blake can put it away here. And she does. There's a swing and a miss. That is out 2, and strikeout number 3 in the game for Megan Blake. As mentioning next week, we know that the Tigers' Brandon Loader qualified for the state championships at golf, shot an 83 yesterday in Wamego to take 7th place overall. They'll be headed to Ulysses for the state championships. A week from today, Tiger baseball, we're awaiting the seedings and matchups and game times. When we have those, we'll certainly get that information to you. State track and field Friday and Saturday next weekend. And, of course, hoping to see the Tiger softball team there as well. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Kaylee Miller. Megan Blake has struck out the first 2 batters of the inning. Here's the 0-1. Foul tip. Bonenblust hangs on. It's 0-2. Blake walks back behind the circle. Now strides up to the rubber. Miller still outside the box. Now in. It's an 0-2 pitch. The strikeout to side potentially. And does so. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. We're headed to the bottom of 2. Clay Center leads it here 7-0.
Make every ride a joyride with a 3-cent fuel savings at 25 Farmway Co-op fueling sites across north central Kansas. Farmway fuel cards have a built-in discount component to help you lower the cost of driving without lowering the quality of your fuel. By using a Farmway fuel card at the pump, customers take advantage of the 3-cent off per gallon discount. Call Farmway at 785-738-2241 and get your Farmway fuel card. Farmway fueling sites are open 24/7 and accept all major credit cards.
Your graduation headquarters is Ray's Apple Market. They have all the food you could possibly need for your guests, and when you enlist the help of their convenient catering service, it's all prepared for you. Their deli department creates a variety of party trays with veggies, fruits, meats, cheeses, and cookies. And their bakery department makes beautiful custom decorated cakes. If you have a graduate in the family, make your next stop at your graduation headquarters, Ray's Apple Market.
We do have a pitching change for the Concordia Panthers as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Clay Center leads it here 7-0 to start. They will bring in Carly Martin, who will come on to pitch, junior for the Panthers. So she's getting a few extra warm-ups before she takes over in this game. Lincoln Schrader will go to right field. And Bryn Brummett will come out of the game for Concordia. So hopefully it keeps your scorecard at home. I know you keep it score at home correct on your batting order. Clay Center's coming to the plate with the number 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Megan Blake will lead it off. She walked and scored at first. Clay Center put 11 batters at the plate in that first inning and scored 7. So it's Blake, Swihart, and Bonenblust if anyone reaches San Carson. So again, Carly Martin, now the pitcher for the Panthers. Lincoln Schrader goes the first inning and now moves out to right field. Martin to pitch home. Ball inside, 1-0. Off-speed stuff coming from Schrader. A little more fastball move from Martin. There's a ground ball. Still out in front of it is Blake. It's 1-1. 7-0 start. Clay Center the lead. We're in the bottom of the second inning. And the winner gets to play again. Scheduled to start at 5 p.m. against either Rock Creek or Chapman. Here's the 2-0 pitch, ship it outside. Bottom of 2, and it is a 2-1 count. The first pitch evidently called for a strike on it inside corner. There's a foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Vines, and the count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carly Martin inside the circle with a 2-2 to Blake. Popped up, foul territory, third base side. Wind drifts it toward the dugout, and Hanson unable to come up with it. Basket catch effort over in foul territory near Hannah Swihart in the on-deck circle, and it just slipped through, and the Lady Tigers, Megan Blake, will get new life at the plate. Count stays 2-2. Outfield for Concordia now has Schrader in right field, Miller in center, Kelsey Kern in left. There's a ball down low in the dirt, 3-2. Elena Hansen at third, Hadley Tifo at shortstop for the Panthers. At second and first is Kara Snavely and Allison Poore. Carly Martin in pitching, the 3-2. Ground ball, third base foul. Count stays full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tiger baseball qualifying for the first time since 1997 yesterday. They played extremely well with 10-1 wins in both the semifinals against Abilene and the championship that was against Atchison, the number 1 seed. Megan Blake gives it a really good rip and ride down the left field line, but well foul and out of play. So Tiger baseball will cue it up on Thursday, a week from today, at Dean Evans Stadium in Salina. Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch. Again, rock to left, but foul. Blake has put a charge in the last couple of swings, but both have been pulled foul and out of play. Count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Blake, Swihart, Bonenblust due up this inning, 4th Clay Center. Bottom of 2 is 7-0 Lady Tigers. Foul ball off of the helmet of Blake. Fouled right back up toward the cage and rattled it pretty good. She's chuckling it off, and so we'll go back to work here. A couple of foul balls she just hit deep left and out of play have been brought back in. So that's a bit of a delay as they get those back to the home plate umpire. Carly Martin set to work. Good battle between Martin and Blake. Here's the rock and the pitch home. The 3-2 down low, ball 4. Leadoff hitters aboard on a walk. And Hannah Swihart, who walked her first time up, will come to the plate. Lady Tigers will have a courtesy runner. Gabby Nelms back in. and Blake will come out after getting aboard with the walk. Blake will come back in to pitch. You can courtesy run for the pitcher and the catcher. You don't have to, but it's an option, and obviously Clay Center taking advantage of it with Nelms down at first now. Strike across the batter, Hannah Swihart. It's an 0-1 count with one runner on at first and nobody out. Bottom of 2, 7-0 Clay Center. Several games going on around the area today. Riley County, Marysville, softball action. There's a bunt by Swihart right in front of the plate. That's fair. The throw down to first. They'll get the runner there. Nelms dives back in on the throw behind at second base. I mean, Swihart put that bunt down right in front of home plate, in between the two batters' box, and that's fair territory. It just sat there. It dropped and just sat, and the sacrifice bunt moves Nelms over to second base, who is courtesy running for Megan Blake, who had walked. So sacrifice bunt from Swihart will bring up Caitlin Bonenblust. Catcher Vines a good block and a ball down in the dirt. That keeps Nelms at second base. So one away, a runner at second, bottom of the second. The pitch from Martin, swing and a miss from Bonenblust, and the count goes to 1-1. Nelms the runner at second. Lady Tigers lead at 7-0. Pitch on the way from Martin. Ground ball, third base, foul. Hanson fields it cleanly, but a good stride on that sidestep into foul territory. So if we can get some of those scores in for you, most of those were semifinal games still to be played after either first-round byes or wins yesterday to move through to the semifinals in an 8-team field for the 3A schools. Count evens at 2-2. The pitch home to Bonenblust. Ground ball, third base. That is foul. Just foul this time. Hanson knocked it into foul territory, and she was straddling the line when it came at her, and it went off her right shin in foul territory. And so the count stays 2-2. Here's the pitch from Martin. Fouled again. Left field fence set out of play. A couple of spectators had to dance out of the way as it was lined right over the top of the fencing. Bonenblust digs back in. Pitch from Martin. Up and out. Count goes full, 3-2. Good battle again, much the way Megan Blake worked it in the first at bat in this inning and worked it to a 3-2 count, eventually a walk. Here's the pitch to Bonenblust. Up high and outside, that is ball 4. The Clay Center now has runners at first and second, and Sam Carson, the batter. And we will have another pinch runner for Clay Center. Humphreys will come in to run for the catcher, Bonenblust. So Sam Carson up, runners at first and second. Again, both runners on the base paths are courtesy runners. Nelms at second base, Taylor Humphreys at first base for the pitcher and the catcher. Taylor had her hoodie on when she got to first base, so Coach Edwards helping her get ready to work at first. I was sharing a pretty good laugh. As is Sam Carson at home plate. She's ready to go dig in, and now we will. Carly Martin, the pitcher, one down, runners at first and second. The pitch from Carson in for a strike, 0-1. Nelms at second. Humphreys at first base. The Lady Tigers right now leading 7-0. Quick pitch in, ground ball, third base side, shortstop side, flip to third, and the force out there. And they do get Nelms on the force at third. And that'll bring up Courtney Hamill here with the Lady Tigers leading 7-0 and hoping to get something out of this second inning. They've had a couple of runners on base and just been unable to get them beyond second thus far. There's a pitch down low, 1-0. So Carson now at first. And Taylor Humphrey down at second. Foul tip off the bat of Hamill, straight back and off the netting. Humphrey running for the catcher, Bonenblust at second base, and Sam Carson, who reached on the fielder's choice at first. The pitch from Martin, 1-1. Down low, ball gets away. They'll advance to third and to second. Heads up running from Humphrey at second base, gets over to third, and then Carson easily into second as the ball short hopped Vines and got away from the batter's box. And now the runner's in scoring position with a 2-1 count for Hamill. Strike called inside corner. They count 2-2. Hamill singled her first time in and then came around to score in a 7-run first inning. Play center, the single here would likely get 2 more in. Here's the pitch home. Hamill tips it, but Vines hangs on, and the Lady Tigers are held scoreless here in the second. We'll head to the third. The Lady Tigers lead 7-0.
Industry-leading genetics combined with specific traits is a combination that gives oldie soybeans the advantage their customers have learned to expect. Varieties like 0373, 0404, 0474, and 0505 bring yield and consistency to your operation needs. Oldie soybeans bring the stress tolerance combined with an agronomic trait package to fit your specific need. Call your oldie seed representative today at 877-692-4555.
With the storm season here, remember the name Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia. If you ever experience storm damage, the Geisler team will provide a timely estimate to restore your roof. Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has been replacing and installing commercial and residential roofs for over 35 years. You can trust the Geisler team to get the job done right.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, we've got you covered.
It's third Thursday time again, and Wall Street Value is ready to bounce. Bring the kids down and enjoy the bounce house in front of Walls, and support the twirlers by purchasing a root beer float. You can then meander through the aisles at Walls and see the incredible inventory of tools, organizers, plumbing, electrical, and get 10% off regular price merchandise. Appliances are excluded from this incredible offer at Wall Street Value, 423 Lincoln Avenue, this third Thursday.
Megan Blake back to work here in the top of the third as Concordia comes to the plate with their 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Allison Poor at the dish right now. The first pitch from Blake fouled away. The second one up high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Blake looks into Bonenblust, and the 1-1 pitch on its way. Fouled back. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. For the Panther first baseman, and Olivia Nelson, the designated player, batting in place of Bryn Brummett, is waiting in the on-deck circle. Blake with a 1-2 count on the leadoff hitter. Pitch popped foul, right side and out of play. Bonenblust had that target up on the outside and a bit high, and good job by Poor to stay alive and just bang it out of bounds to the right side. So the count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blake comes home off speed, down in the dirt, 2-2. Play center put 7 on the board in the first and then threatened to get in a second. Runners to second and third before eventually out of the inning. Pitch up high. The count goes full now at 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Allison Poor fouled a couple off and now has taken a couple of pitches. 1 in the dirt, 1 high, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Megan struck out the side in the second. Here's the 3-2 on its way. This one up high, ball 4. Second walk that has been given up by the Lady Tigers. And we'll bring Nelson to the plate. It'll be a Nelson who is not playing in the field, but batting in that number 9 position. She is a junior for the Panthers. Megan Blake looks in with a runner at first and nobody out. Top of the third, 7-0 Clay Center. There's a strike in from Blake, and it's 0-1. Natalie Vines, the leadoff hitter, waits on deck for Concordia. Pitch home. Swing and a miss, 0-2. So Concordia down 7-0, opting to not move the runner with the bunt attempt. They've let Olivia Nelson swing away, and it's an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch from Blake. Swing and a miss, the fifth strikeout of the game for Blake. And the first out in the frame. Natalie Vines now up. She walked and was stranded at third back in the first. In fact, the fifth strikeout for Megan Blake, the fifth of the last 6 batters she's faced, has gone down swinging. 1 down, 1 on. Foul tip. Bonham Blessed catches the foul tip. It's 0-1. Vines, who didn't get a chance to swing her first time up, walked on 4 straight pitches. The 0-1 pitch. Fly ball, left center field. Long run for Autumn Adams, and she makes the play. Backhanded, running in front of Michaela Musselman, and a dipping fly ball that went carrying it away from Adams and from center field. And we mentioned the speed on the base paths. She's got it in the field as well. That is a highlighted play out in center field. And there's 2 down. That looked like base hit all over it, and out of nowhere came a flash of Autumn Adams from her left to right and reaching across, backhanded the ball right around her shoe tops. Hadley Tifo, the batter, she sacrificed bunted in the first. So a runner still at first base on the walk. 0-1 pitch coming. She fakes the bunt, pulls it back and swings at it, and fouls it out of play. 2 down, 1 aboard. An 0-2 count on the batter Tifo here in the top half of the third. Clay Center leads at 7-0. Megan Blake, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6. No runs in the inning. Lady Tigers lead 7-0 as we head to the bottom of 3.
Hey folks, Bill Rice from the Green Team. Great deals going on right now on the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredos. We've got a deep cherry red one, 18-inch wheel package, 8.4-inch radio group. This thing is loaded and flat gorgeous. $36,785 sticker price right now. You can save over $4,600 on this new Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. So come see this and other great Jeep deals at the Green Team, 802 West Crawford, or check us out on the web at greenteamcars.com.
Are you looking for the right bank to complement your busy schedule? Look no further. United Bank & Trust has just what you need. From easy online, mobile, and tablet banking to online loan applications, there is no need to try to find time to reach the bank before closing hours. You can simply apply for that new mortgage or car loan in the comfort of your own home, or check the balances of your accounts while waiting in the line at the grocery store. United Bank & Trust makes banking convenient for you. United Bank & Trust, banking for your way of life. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Clay Center has a 7-0 lead. We're headed to the bottom of the third inning. Megan Blake has struck out 6 now through 3 frames defensively, and Lady Tigers would like to add to the 7-run lead they have going to the bottom of the third. They scored 7 all in the first, put 11 batters at the plate, 7 across the plate, and then got 2 aboard in the second, but were held scoreless, and now they bat here in the third. It'll be Haley Franson, Sam Flickinger, and Autumn Adams who will lead the way for Clay Center in the third inning. Allie Wright-Frederick if someone reaches. Franson reached. She was hit by a pitch back in the first and then came around to score. The pitch from Martin is cross for a strike. It's 0-1. Martin awaits Franson to dig back in, and she does so. The 0-1. Up and out, 1 ball, 1 strike. So a 1-1 counts for Haley Franson as Martin gets set to work again. The pitch on. Laid off of a pitch just outside, maybe a bit up, and the count 2-1 now. Carly Martin gets back in the circle. Counts 2-1. Leadoff hitter in the third for Clay Center. Ground ball back up the middle. That's a single for the Lady Tiger sophomore Haley Franson. The freshman Haley Franson, and she's aboard, lead off the third. So Clay Center will have a runner at first, nobody outs, and Sam Flickinger will come to the plate. Freshman drills one right back up the middle for a single, and leadoff runner on. Ground to bunt, but not needing to. Franson's going to get to second as the ball gets by Vine. Big turn at second with nobody covering, and Franson now will retreat. So Haley Franson down to second on the wild pitch. after the single right back up the middle, and Sam Flickinger will now stand in. She squared the sacrifice bunt on the first pitch, but it was in the dirt, so see if she squares it up again or not. She does. Puts it down first base side. Great bunt. First baseman throws to the second baseman covering, and Franson's over to third. Job done to perfection by Flickinger. Her second sacrifice bunt of the game. There's one down and a runner at third base for Autumn Adams. Adams 2 for 2, singled twice in the first inning. Scored the first time she got aboard and was stranded after stealing second on the next one. Now there's a shot in left center field. Over to make the play, Kaylee Miller, and she showed some range that looked like a gapper for sure from the bat of Adams, and Kaylee Miller made a nice play with a good read on the fly ball to left center field. There's two down. Allie Wright-Frederick will now stand in. Allie singled on what was a sacrifice bunt attempt and then reached first and flew out to left field her last time up. Bottom of three, the Lady Tigers a 7-0 lead over Concordia. Martin rocks and brings the 1-0 to Wright-Frederick down in the dirt. Good scoop by Vines. Counts 2-0. Megan Blake on deck if Wright-Frederick can extend the inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. Martin flags it. Fires the first high, but it's brought down by Poor. Lady Tigers threaten again. They strand a runner at third. We're headed to the fourth. Play Center leads it here 7-0.
Think of farming as a highly competitive, full-contact, high-stakes ball game, and Team Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed is on your side. On the defensive side of the ball, we'll help you fight off weeds, disease, and damaging insects. On offense, we'll supply you with a winning combination of fertilizer and seed so you can score big when it's harvest time. The playbook says it's time for alfalfa, so get set for fertilizing, spraying for weeds, and watching out for those pesky weevils. You make the call to Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed.
Central Valley Ag can help you plan for profit. CVA agronomist Mike Zwingman is helping growers get ready for all conditions.
Planning ahead, getting ahead of problems instead of remedying them will always save us costs at the end of the day.
Your CVA advisor can help you use every tool available and make your herbicide, irrigation, and fertilizer decisions pay off.
Get it as close to the crop use window as we can to maximize your yield and profitability.
If you're looking for a trusted crop advisor, contact Central Valley Ag.
Concordia to the plate to begin the fourth. Clay Center leads it here 7-0. It will be Lakin Schrader who leads it off for the Panthers. Concordia has had a base runner in the first and the third, both stranded. Schrader's first pitch in from Blake is hit toward left. Michaela Musselman back to bring it down. Well struck by Schrader, but Musselman makes the play in left field. There's one away. Elena Hansen now the batter. Blake looks in. One down, nobody on. First pitch up high, 1-0. Hansen went down swinging back in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch fouled right side up against the Panther dugout on the first base line. And it's 1-1. Winner of this game plays again at 5 today at the scheduled start time against either Rock Creek or Chapman for the right to go to the state tournament. Here's 1-1 from Blake. Off speed, and Hansen able to not swing at it. She was just about to and just able to hold those wrists back. It's 2-1. One down, nobody on. Top of 4. Now the pitch up high, and Blake falls behind it. It counts 3-1. Hansen and Kern do up. If someone reaches, Cora Stavely would follow. Here's the 3-1 now from Blake to Hansen. Ground ball right side. Wright-Frederick smothers it, flips it to first, 2 down. So Allie Wright-Frederick makes the play at second base. 2 up, 2 down thus far, and Kelsey Kern will step in. Kern, a strikeout victim in the second when Blake struck out the side. All 3 went down swinging. Kern, Stavely, and Miller. Megan with 7 strikeouts thus far in the game. Correction, 6 in the game. First pitch across for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Clay Center leads at 7-0. We're in the top half of the fourth inning. 0-1 pitch for Megan Blake. 0-2 paints the outside corner again. Kelsey Kern, the Panther left fielder, down in the count now 0-2. Blake with 2 down and nobody on. Brings the 0-2 in, popped right side, foul and out of play. Count remains 0-2. Clay Center scored their 7 back in the top of the first. 11 batters to the plate in that inning, and they've been unable to push one more across yet. Here's the 0-2 from Blake. Down the pipe, strike 3. 7 Ks now for Blake, and scoreless through 4 for Concordia. The Lady Tigers get their chance here in the 4th when we come back.
Wouldn't it be nice to have plenty of speed for every device? Think about all the devices and internet activities in your house on a typical day. Smartphones, tablets, gaming system, and TV streaming adds a lot more usage than you had a year or 2 ago. You are used to slow performance and don't even realize it. Stop waiting to load. Get Pulse Internet today and make the whole house happy. Call 800-515-3311 for no contract, no phone requirement, and no commitment for 60 days. See what the difference can make. Twin Valley Pulse. Imagine the possibilities.
Here's a hypothetical situation. Let's say you want to give someone a special birthday gift and you have in mind a framed picture. The problem is the birthday is tomorrow. The picture you want to use is on your phone, and because you put it off, now you've run out of time to order prints online. What are you going to do? Run to Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy, where they have several picture stations that print quality pictures from any digital device. Saved. They'll even help you get started. Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy, downtown Clay Center.
Back to Rock Creek at Mustang Field. The Clay Center Lady Tigers a 7-0 lead going into the bottom half of the 4th. So they'll come to the plate with Megan Blake, Hannah Swihart, Caitlin Bonenblust, and if they can get someone aboard, Sam Carson would be the cleanup hitter in this inning. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. Here's the pitch from Martin to Blake, and it's up and outside 1-0. Blake on the season comes in with a batting average at .475. There's a shot toward third base. That is foul, though. Hanson, a good backhanded play. Stabbed it, but it went to foul territory. 14 singles, 9 doubles for Blake this season. Here's the 1-1. Up and outside for Martin. A little late release that time, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. 7-0 Lady Tiger lead in Game 1, the semifinals. 2-1 pitch. Blake takes it down to the dirt, and it goes to 3-1 now. Taking Blake from the right side, Martin, the right-handed pitcher. Hanson Tifo, third and short for Concordia. Here's the 3-1. Popped up toward the outfield. Long run for Miller and a basket catch almost to the infield dirt by the time she made the catch. That is 2 really nice plays by the center fielder, Kaylee Miller for Concordia, and there's 1 down. It'll bring up Hannah Swihart, who has reached once on a walk and scored in a sacrifice bunt, so no official plate appearances, yet she's done her job both times. There's a ground ball to third. Hanson up with it, fires to first, and 2 down. And that'll put Caitlin Bonenblust up with the bases empty and 2 away here in the 4th. A pitcher's duel since the first inning when Clay Center put 7 on the board. There's a line shot to left field. Bonenblust with a single, sharply hit. 1 hopper out to the left fielder. She's on at first. That brings Sam Carson up. She's walked and scored and reached on the fielder's choice on a ground out to shortstop. Clay Center will have a courtesy runner. Taylor Humphrey makes her way over to first base. Bonenblust will come out. So Humphrey will run at first, the courtesy runner for the Lady Tigers. Sam Carson, the batter. Again, Carson walked in the first and scored. Fielder's choice, I should say, in the second inning. Umpire getting the word to the scorekeepers on the courtesy runner in, and now we're ready to work. 2 down, a runner at first. Pitch to Carson. Low and inside, 1-0. See if the Lady Tigers can put something together with 2 outs. Single from Bonenblust got him started. Here's the pitch to Carson. Ground ball, sharply hit and through the legs. It's short, all the way to the fence. Humphrey around second base. On her way to third. Coach Don Richards going to wave her home. They will not have a throw, and into third goes Carson. And Clay Center now goes up 8-0. Humphrey all the way from first scores. Sam Carson all the way around to third. The ball just slid underneath the glove of Hadley Tipo. And Clay Center gets their first run since the first inning. They lead it 8-0. And now the batter, Courtney Hamill. So the error costly against the Panthers. Carson hit it hard, and once it got through the infield, rolled all the way to the wall. 0-1 pitch. Hamill slams one into left field. That's going to roll the wall as well. Carson is in. Hamill around first on her way to second. She'll be held up there, and it's a stand-up double for Courtney Hamill. And another run home for the Lady Tigers. So a two-out hit by Bonenblust. Then Humphrey comes around to score on the error. Carson all the way to third, and a stand-up double to left field by Courtney Hamill. And now Clay Center has a 9-0 lead with a runner in scoring position down at second. And the batter, Haley Franson, who singled her last time in, right back up the middle. 2 down, a runner at second. Pitch home, inside corner. Franson didn't like it and stayed off of it. It's 0-1. 2 hard-hit balls for the Lady Tigers. That last one, Hamill right down the line. And there's a shot from Franson towards center field, but a sure-gloved Kaylee Miller is there to haul it in. Lady Tigers score 2, though. They'll lead 9-0 as we head into the 5th inning.
I was about to close up when into Central Office Service and Supply strolled Shaq. Can I help you, Mr. O'Neill?
I'm in the market for a new office chair, and I heard this is the place to come. Some sissy little chair ain't gonna cut it, if you know what I mean.
Indeed. We have the heavy-duty Laurel 4206 chair made especially for people of your stature. This month they're on sale for just $299 and come with a 5-year warranty. Here, give it a try.
It's strong and comfy, too. Central Office Service and Supply guy, this chair's a real slam dunk.
This is 100.9 FM, KCLY Clay Center.
Make every ride a joyride with a 3-cent fuel savings at 25 Farmway Co-op fueling sites across north central Kansas. Farmway fuel cards have a built-in discount component to help you lower the cost of driving without lowering the quality of your fuel. By using a Farmway fuel card at the pump, customers take advantage of the 3-cent off per gallon discount. Call Farmway at 785-738-2241 and get your Farmway fuel card. Farmway fueling sites are open 24/7 and accept all major credit cards.
To the 5th, the Lady Tigers now with a couple more runs in the bank, a 9-0 lead. It will be Cora Snavely who leads it off. Along with our studio engineer, Bernie Fancello, we welcome you back to Rock Creek and Regional Championship Softball. Megan Blake, the pitch in. Across for a strike, it's 0-1. 7 strikeouts in the game now for Megan Blake, who's 7-2 on the season coming into this game. Swing and a miss, strike 2. A 1.113 ERA on the season for Blake, who has struck out 62 before this game got going. Swing and a miss, that's strikeout number 8 in the game. Kaylee goes down swing. There's one away. And the batter's Kaylee. She shot off a really good glove in center field today for Concordia. She robbed one, what appeared to be anyway, a gapper off the bat of Autumn Adams, who would have run for a while, you can imagine. Another one that was topped fly that just got into the dirt, and she made a long run to come up with it on a basket catch. Strike in from Blake. It's 0-1. Miller and then Allison Poore do up in this inning for the Panthers. We're in the top of the 5th, 9-0 Clay Center. Blake's 0-1 down in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike the count now for the batter Miller. Lady Tigers, if they continue the path they're on, would be set to play at 5 o'clock scheduled start time against either Rock Creek or Chapman. That will be for the regional championship. Foul tip off the bat of Miller, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Kaylee Miller, the center fielder, one of only 2 seniors on this Panther team. Megan Blake's got a count in her favor at 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody on, and 1 down, top of 5. And the pitch comes home. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And 2 down. 9 strikeouts now for Megan Blake. No runs, no hits, no errors. There have been 2 base runners for Concordia. There's a strike in again from Blake to Allison Poore. She was one of the 2 base runners. She walked to lead off the third. There's also a walk to lead off the game to Natalie Vine. Both runners obviously stranded with no runs on the board for the Panthers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So Blake up in the count 0-2. Blake ready to work, waiting for Allison Poore to stand back in on the right side, and does so. And the 0-2 on its way home. Just missing, maybe a touch low. It's 1-2. So Blake will re-cue it. It's the call from her catcher, Caitlin Bonenblust. Rocks into motion. 1-2 pitch on its way. Up top, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lady Tigers defensively, Haley Franson at third, Courtney Hamel at shortstop. Allie Wright Frederick over at second, and first base is Hannah Swihart. Bonenblust we mentioned behind the plate. The 2-2 from Blake. This one just up high, and it's gone full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lady Tiger outfield has in left Michaela Musselman, Autumn Adams in center, and Sam Flickinger over in right. Here's the 3-2 from Blake. Payoff pitch, grounded back toward the pitcher. No one gets to the shortstop. Hamill steps and throws, and that's out number 3. 3 up and 3 down in the 5th. Clay Center leads it 9-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5.
The grilling season is in full swing, and Ray's Apple Market is an authorized dealer of Traeger grills. The 3 different size grills include the Tailgater, Little Tex, and Pro Series, each built to serve your family or neighborhood guests. When you purchase a Traeger grill at Ray's Apple Market, you'll get $100 worth of free meat, and you'll find all the pellets you need at Ray's Apple Market, too. The 20-pound bag is just $14.49. Ray's Apple Market, now serving the Beloit area.
Oldie Seed has soil-specific seed to fit your soybean acre-specific needs. Soybean varieties with excellent SDS, stress tolerance, excel on high pH levels, and salt excluders that will not limit your yield potential. Oldie Seed is your trusted supplier for high-yielding soybeans built to fit your specific needs. Call your Oldie Seed representative today at 877-692-4555. That's 877-692-4555.
To the bottom of 5 with Clay Center on top here at 9-0, and a chance to have some extra time to prep for the championship game for Clay Center. If they can push one across in the spring, they could end it here in the 5th inning. There's a fly ball off the bat of Flickinger, goes foul left and over the third base dugout where the Lady Tigers are camped at, and with the groans and oohs and ahs from the crowd, obviously caught the top of a car somewhere. There aren't many that park in the area. It's parking lot's quite a ways from here, but there is a few cars that are here working in a handicapped area for people to park. So Flickinger popped it up over in that area, and you could hear the crowd react when it caught the rig. 9-0. Clay Center leads it. 1 ball, 1 strike count now to Flickinger. Martin's pitch home. Grounder left or third base side right up against the Tiger dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Flickinger, Adams, and Wright Frederick due up here in the 5th with Clay Center a 9-0 lead. Martin the pitch home. Flickinger takes it in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carly Martin came in to pitch in the 2nd inning and has held Clay Center in check. She's worked out of a couple of jams. Ground ball, third base side again, foul territory. Coach Don Richter over to field it off the fence. So Flickinger, with the count even at 2-2, stands back in. Here's the pitch from Martin. Again, same area. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hammered hard, but out in front of it and foul. And Sam will step back in. She has Had 2 sacrifice bunts in the game those far. There's a pitch down low. It's gone full 3-2. Sacrificed a runner to second in the first and in the third inning as well. 3-2 pitch for Martin. Flickinger again, same area, fouls it away. So good battle at the plate by Flickinger. Just foul it off until she maybe finds one to drive somewhere. Autumn Adams awaits on deck. Carly Martin, the rock in the pitch, popped foul, third base side, out of play. And this is when you wish that you kept a track of the number of pitches someone has been at the plate for. This Flickinger has fouled several off. At least 3 out of play, and then I would say at least 3 more that were on the ground to the third baseline foul. And fouls another one here up into the netting. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count remains. The leadoff hitter in the 5th. Play center up 9-0. Carly Martin continues to bring it across, and Sam Flickinger continues to flick it foul to the third base side. Here's the pitch again, 3-2, and once more fouled back to the left side and up against the netting. So Martin retrieves it and heads back to the circle. Natalie Vines, her catcher, retrieved that one off the backstop. Here's the 3-2, and it is down low, ball 4. Flickinger wins the battle and reaches base. So after a number of foul balls, Sam Flickinger finds herself at first on the walk, and that brings Autumn Adams up. Adams 2 for 2, and she was all but 3 for 3 until Kaylee Miller came over and really covered some great ground. I think she's got a terrific read from center field. There's a bunt from Adams that goes foul. Autumn back in the 4th to lead it off in that inning. Like she had really laced one into the gap in left center field, and Miller came across to make the play. So 2 for 3 in the game for Adams. Bats here in the 5th. Bunts it again out in front of the plate. Will it stay fair? It does not. It just barely rolls foul. Good patience from Natalie Vines, who almost reached down for it. It nearly came to rest on the chalk line. And once it just crawled to the right of it, Vines was quick to reach down and make contact, and the foul ball called. So Flickinger back to first. The count's 0-2. The pitch to Adams, this time swinging, pops it up right side and out of play. See Rock Creek and Chapman teams both waiting in the wings for their chance to take the field in the second semifinal of the day. Winner of this game will get the winner of the Mustangs and the Irish. And those 2 teams then will play at 5 o'clock for a trip to state. Here's the 0-2 to Adams. Hammers it foul and out of play down the third base line. And this time not a groan, but a excited ooh and ah from the crowd. And you know that the foul ball missed the car this time. So much you can learn from a crowd at a softball game. 0-2 the count. I can't even see the cars from here, know exactly what happens by their reaction. Here's a pitch up top. Flickinger going, the throw down, and she's in safely. So Flickinger steals second, a runner in scoring position. That is, in essence, the winning run. If she comes around to score, the game would be over by the run rule. So a walk and a stolen base by Flickinger. The pitch to Adams, and she is plunked right below the left shoulder. In a reaction, she is hurting. And hit her just above, it looked like the rib cage. And she makes her way down to first. It's a fist bump from Nicole Edwards, coach at first base, and she'll have some time to work it out because Concordia is going to visit at the pitcher circle. It's a 9-0 Lady Tiger lead. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Play center a run away from ending it early. We're back after this.
Nathan Ringy with Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement discusses the cost benefits of going with a roof coating system from Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement.
With its bright white, high reflectivity, we're seeing energy savings between 20 and 30% ranges. So making the decision to go with Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement's exceptional line of roof coatings not only stops your roof leaks, but extends the life of your current roof and lowers energy bills.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, we've got you covered.
Well, the Concordia Panthers with a meeting in the circle. Allie Wright Frederick bunts it up the first baseline. Just goes foul. Nifty move, though, by the sniper to get up the first baseline, vaulting over said foul ball before it did go foul. But it's an 0-1 count. Squares to bunt it again, and this time fouls it straight down and back. And so the count goes to 0-2. Wright Frederick, 309 for batting average, on base percentage of 377 this year. There's a line shot to right field. It's going to drop. And this could very well score the winning run for the Lady Tigers. Here's the throw home, and Sam Flickinger will run across. And that should end the game at 10-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. Wright Frederick, a double to right, ends it on a pop fly down the first base line. The Lady Tigers win their semifinal. They will head into the championship game. Let's take a timeout here. Wrap this up in game number 1 after this.
It's third Thursday time again, and Wall Street Value is ready to bounce. Bring the kids down and enjoy the bounce house in front of Walls, and support the twirlers by purchasing a root beer float. You can then meander through the aisles at Walls and see the incredible inventory of tools, organizers, plumbing, electrical, and get 10% off regular priced merchandise. Appliances are excluded from this incredible offer at Wall Street Value, 423 Lincoln Avenue, this third Thursday.
United Bank & Trust has been fulfilling the banking needs of families and businesses in Northeast Kansas for decades. United Bank & Trust is always advancing and is excited to introduce a tablet banking app. Simply search UBT Tablet in the App Store and download. Enjoy banking on your tablet from anywhere. It's a mobile fast world, and so is United Bank & Trust. The bank for your future. United Bank & Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Central Valley Ag can help you plan for profit. CVA agronomist Mike Zwingman is helping growers get ready for all conditions.
Planning ahead, getting ahead of problems instead of remedying them will always save us costs at the end of the day.
Your CVA advisor can help you use every tool available and make your herbicide, irrigation, and fertilizer decisions pay off.
Get it as close to the crop use window as we can to maximize your yield and profitability.
If you're looking for a trusted crop advisor, contact Central Valley Ag.
Think of farming as a highly competitive, full-contact, high-stakes ball game, and Team Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed is on your side. On the defensive side of the ball, we'll help you fight off weeds, disease, and damaging insects. On offense, we'll supply you with a winning combination of fertilizer and seed so you can score big when it's harvest time. The playbook says it's time for alfalfa, so get set for fertilizing, spraying for weeds, and watching out for those pesky weevils. You make the call to Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed.
Once again, we bring you back to Rock Creek, where the Clayson Lady Tigers ended early here with a 10-0 victory. Sam Flickinger scoring after she reached on a walk, and then Allie Wright Frederick popped one down the first base line. It fell in for a double, and this run scores to end this one early, 10-0. So Clay Center advances to the regional championship game. Did get an update on Riley County. They're playing in the Southeast Saline Regional, and they have got a lot of rain right now. There was not expected to be any rain, but there is a pretty good mass of rain around I-70 and around the Salina area. So they're supposed to play at 3:30, I believe, was their start time, but they're waiting to see if they're going to be able to get those games in. Here, rain threatening at this time, and that stays the case as Clay Center wins at 10-0. It was Megan Blake striking out 9, no hits given up. They walked 2, so those runners were stranded, and they end this thing in 5 innings. They scored 7, the Lady Tigers, in the first frame. Autumn Adams, Allie Wright Frederick both got aboard with singles, walks to Megan Blake and Hannah Spyhart, and to Sam Carson, then singles from Courtney Hamill and Haley Franson. Hamill had a good day at the plate with a single that drove in 2, and then double that drove in 2 more. Wright Frederick also with double there to end it, and the single on the sacrifice bunt that turned to a hit. And Autumn Adams would go 2 for 3 in the ball game, reached 3 times in the contest. Clay Center wins at 10-0, and will head on to play at 5 o'clock, the scheduled start time. Likely they would be pretty much on time for that start at 5 o'clock. They will take on the winner of Rock Creek and Chapman, who are getting set to play here next at Rock Creek. We'll have that game for you. I'll keep you posted as we get closer to game time for the Lady Tigers. I'm going to take one more time out and kind of set the stage once more for you after these.
Wouldn't it be nice to have plenty of speed for every device? Think about all the devices and internet activities in your house on a typical day. Smartphones, tablets, gaming system, and TV streaming adds a lot more usage than you had a year or two ago. You are used to slow performance and don't even realize it. Stop waiting to load. Get Pulse Internet today and make the whole house happy. Call 800-515-3311 for no contract, no phone requirement, and no commitment for 60 days. See what the difference can make. Twin Valley Pulse. Imagine the possibilities.
Looking for the perfect gift for anyone wearing a cap and gown this time of year? Stop by Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack. They offer a great selection of gifts, including techie gifts that will help them through the next phase in their lives. From cell phones and tablets to headphones and hands-free devices, plus all the accessories for their electronics, Radio Shack can fill your gift order for the graduate. Shop Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack in downtown Clay Center.
I was cleaning up a bit around central office when in walked Opie. What can I do for you, young man?
I have this project due at school. It's got pages and pages, and I have to put it all in a notebook and stuff. It'll take me forever to punch holes in all that paper with Aunt Bee's old punch.
I can help you there, son. We've got the Swingline Optima Low Force Punch that can punch up to 20 sheets as slick as a whistle. It has a hole punch catch bin and can punch either 3 holes or 2. It's on sale for just $34.95.
I'll take it. Central Office Service and Supply Guy, you're just swell.
Make every ride a joyride with a 3-cent fuel savings at 25 Farmway Co-op fueling sites across north central Kansas. Farmway fuel cards have a built-in discount component to help you lower the cost of driving without lowering the quality of your fuel. By using a Farmway fuel card at the pump, customers take advantage of the 3-cent off per gallon discount. Call Farmway at 785-738-2241 and get your Farmway fuel card. Farmway fueling sites are open 24/7 and accept all major credit cards.
Do you believe professionalism should be rewarded? When you find a contractor who shows up early, works long days, gets the job done on time with expertise, cleans up so well you can't tell they've been there except for the fact their work is finished and looking great, you know that's the only contractor you'll ever want to hire. These are words that an actual customer has used to describe McGee Roofing. The customer has used McGee Roofing twice and will again. Reward professionalism, hire McGee Roofing.
And the Lady Tigers win at 10-0 in 5 innings. They ended early, and they'll move on now to play scheduled for a 5 o'clock start against the winner of Rock Creek and Chapman. That game will be for a trip to Emporia next week and the state championships in 4A Division II. Win 1 goes to Lady Tigers over the Concordia Panthers, a 10-0 final. We'll keep you posted when Game 2, that regional championship game, is set to go. The scheduled start time at 5 p.m., we'll see if it's on target for that or if they do move it up at all, but we'll keep you posted through social media and here on KCLY. Again, the Lady Tigers win at 10-0. Regional championship game coming up later in the afternoon. For our studio engineer, Bernie Pancella, this is Rocky Downing. We'll see you back here at Rock Creek.